buckle yourself in because the Celtic news today is absolutely wild. I've got three massive updates for you: injury scares, transfer shocks, and a managerial twist that changes everything. So stay with me right to the very end. We have 6 news a day to keep you updated with the mighty Celtic. Hit that subscribe button and be part of it. You know, I wasn't expecting to be talking about toenails today, but that's the joy of following Celtic, isn't it? Just when you think you've seen everything, Martin O'Neill comes out after a tough shift in Edinburgh and drops the wee bombshell that Kieran Tierney has been battling heel trouble for weeks, and then casually mentions he's just had a blooming big toenail ripped out. Only at Celtic, only in this glorious madhouse of football. Honestly, if this happened across the city, the Blues would be filing emergency statements faster than the rain hits the pavements in Sucky Hall. But here's the thing that really gets me. Even with a heel screaming, a toe missing, and probably the kind of pain that would make half the Rangers' dressing room call their mum, Tierney still strapped himself up and told O'Neill he was fine to play. That's proper Celtic spirit. That's what you get when you grow up dreaming of paradise and hearing stories of Jock Stein echoing through every hallway. It's no surprise O'Neill decided to start Saraki, though, especially after the lad got back into training last week looking sharp enough to cut through granite. Saraki's performances have been a wee revelation, haven't they? The way he flies up that flank with the kind of swagger that would frighten anyone in blue is exactly what Celtic need with this mental December schedule. And now, you can't help but wonder if the new gaffer, when he finally lands, is going to take one look at him and say, "Get me this boy permanently." If that happens, Celtic will need to sit down with his club and talk real money. And I'm talking proper cash, numbers spelled out in full, not the pocket change Rangers pretend they're spending before asking the bank manager for approval. But look, O'Neill's comments were clear enough. Tierney is still available, but he's going to need his minutes managed, and that's fair. The lad's just getting back to his sharpest. And the last thing Celtic need is him breaking down when the cup final, the fixtures, and the pressure all start piling up, one on top of the other. It's a blow, sure, but nothing compared to the absolute circus that would erupt if the roles were reversed across the city. Tierney at 80% is still better than most defenders in this league at full tilt. That's why you trust him. That's why the support loves him. And that's why O'Neill's watching him carefully, because the old man knows better than anyone how to protect the players who give everything. Do you think Celtic should risk Kieran Tierney in the coming matches, or protect him even if it means benching one of the most passionate players in the squad? Let the debate explode. Hit that subscribe button. Lads, let's G it laldi till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic dafts. Let me tell you what a circus this Luis Palma situation turned into, and I'm saying this straight to you because you're the kind of Celtic fan who actually pays attention, not like the lot across the city who still think every transfer involves a blue and white miracle. All week you probably heard the whispers bouncing from Scotland to Honduras, building up this idea that Palma might stroll back into Glasgow the moment Wilfried Nancy walks through the doors at Paradise. Folk were talking as if he was already packing his bags, waving goodbye to Poznań, and booking a flight back to proper football. But now that the dust has settled, we find out the truth. And honestly, it's the most Celtic thing ever. Lech Poznań basically told everyone to calm down. They were approached directly, and their response was shorter than a Rangers title challenge. Absolutely no recall, not now, not in January, not ever. He's theirs until the summer of 2026, unless they decide to buy him outright. And do you know what's wild? We willingly signed off on a loan with zero control. Zero. Whoever negotiated that must have been having a long day, or maybe they were distracted by the sound of the Blues crying down Sucky Hall Street again. The frustrating bit is that Palmer's actually doing well over there. Goals, assists, playing with confidence. Basically, everything the Celtic forward line has been missing on the days when Dyson is busy outrunning his own shadow, and Yang's trying to remember which foot he prefers. You can see why folk thought Nancy would want him back. He knows the lad from their CONCACAF battles, and stylistically, Palma fits the type of wide play Nancy likes, but contracts don't care about tactics, and Poznań hold every card in the deck. They're delighted with him. The fans love him. He's settled. He's changed agents. He's healing from his hamstring, and he's nowhere near the departure gate. Meanwhile, Celtic are left watching from afar, realizing the previous regime tied our hands behind our back with a deal that might end up costing the new manager an option he'd probably have used. Imagine handing away your recall rights for a winger in his prime. That's the kind of mistake we used to laugh at Rangers for. Palma won't pull on a Celtic shirt again this season. In fact, unless Poznań walk away from the purchase clause, he probably won't next season either. The rumours were fun while they lasted, but reality has kicked the door down. Now, here's what I want to ask you, and think about this carefully. Did Celtic completely shoot themselves in the foot, letting Palma leave without a recall clause? Or was it the right decision at the time? Hit that subscribe button, lads. Let's G it loudy till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic daffs. Let me sit you down for this one, because the Celtic story is moving quicker than the rain clouds over Sucky Hall Street. Martin O'Neill, the big man himself, has finally confirmed what every Celtic fan whispered about all week. Wilfried Nancy is stepping into the Parkhead dugout on Sunday against Hearts. And if you're anything like me, you're probably feeling that mix of excitement, nerves, and pure Glasgow chaos that only Celtic can deliver. O'Neill's been running the show like it's 2003 all over again, winning 6 out of 7, dragging us back into the title race and reminding every blue nose out there what a proper manager looks like. But now he's passing the torch, and he's doing it with a smile, like someone who just stole the last pint from a Rangers fan. He even admitted it himself. He thought Sunday was his final dance. But you know how paperwork goes in Scottish football, slower than Rangers defending a counter-attack. So he's staying on for Dundee on Wednesday. One last lap, one more chance to send the fans home buzzing. And do you know what? If Celtic beat Dundee and Hearts take care of business, Nancy could walk straight into the job, sitting at the top of the Premiership before he even hangs his coat on the peg. Imagine that. Welcome to Glasgow, mate. Here's a title race, a packed December, and a city that will either crown you or crush you, depending on how you set up your midfield. O'Neill didn't hide his feelings either. He said it's been surreal, like living a second life he never expected. And fair play, he's earned the applause. He steadied the ship, tightened the screws, and lit a fire under the squad. The win in Europe against Feyenoord, that was pure Celtic spirit. First away win since 2021, and done with swagger. Even the Midtjylland defeat couldn't dent the momentum. They bounced back like a proper Celtic side. The confidence he talks about is real. You can see it in the passing, the pressing, even the attitude. The boys look alive again. Now all eyes turn to Nancy. New ideas, new structure, new energy. The big question is whether he arrives riding the wave O'Neill built, or whether Sunday becomes a baptism of a fire against Hearts. Glasgow doesn't ease anyone into anything, and you know the lot across the city will be praying for a stumble so they can pretend they're relevant again. So here's what I want to ask you directly, mate, because this is the debate everyone's dancing around. Should Celtic have kept O'Neill in charge until the end of the season, or is bringing Nancy in right now the right call? Hit that subscribe button. Lads, let's G it. Loldy till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic dafts.